Hello. One of the definition of every civilization is their transportation. There's no doubt about it. Basically, their transportation defines their trade. It's connected to their economy, economic progress, and it's connected to their power. Transportation is very important. It helps in economic growth and development. We would like to learn something about how the world transportation system has shaped this world and what Ghana can learn from this. Let's have a look at it.
So before we zoom in on Ghana, let's get a quick sense of the bigger picture. Way back around 4000 BCE, boom, the wheel shows up in Mesopotamia. Fast forward a bit, and by 2000 BCE, you've got organized road networks popping up in India and China. And then, of course, the Romans, they go and build over 80,000 kilometers of stone highways, basically tools to run their empire. For centuries after, it was all about desert caravans, the superhighways of their time, until, that is, the age of exploration moved global trade from the land to the sea.
Wow, that's interesting. If Rome has been able to build some roads that are still usable since 2000 years, and I believe Africa and my country, Ghana, we can learn something from it. Why don't we have a look at how transportation has changed in Ghana over time? Let's take a look.
Well, since independence, you've seen government after government wrestle with this exact problem, and it's led to this cycle of big, ambitious projects. And, well, a lot of persistent problems. And look, it's not for a lack of trying. You had Nkrumah's really visionary Tema Motorway back in the 60s, then Rawlings focused on feeder roads. In the 2000s, Kufuor prioritized major arteries. Then we saw big urban interchanges in the 2010s, and most recently, the Year of Roads initiative. Every single administration has tried to tackle this. But after all of those decades of investment and promises, what's the reality on the ground? Okay, you might want to brace yourself for a bit of a data gut punch here. Because despite everything we just talked about, nearly 3/4, 73% of Ghana's entire road network is still unpaved. Just think about that. For every paved road you drive on, there are 3 more out there that are just dirt or gravel. But it actually gets worse. Let's zoom in on that small 27% slice of roads that are paved. Of that group, a staggering 60% are in poor condition. So the main takeaway here isn't just that the network is mostly unpaved, it's that even the parts that are paved are largely failing. And all of this has a huge economic cost. I mean, just look at the capital, Accra. The traffic congestion there costs businesses an estimated $100 million every single year. That's money just vanishing into thin air from wasted fuel, late deliveries, and people just stuck in their cars instead of being productive. It's an incredible drain on the economy. But this goes way beyond the numbers. This is about people. Poor roads contribute to over 2,000 traffic deaths a year. They mean you and I are paying more for car repairs. They mean sick people in rural areas can't get to a clinic, and farmers can't get their food to the market before it spoils. This isn't just an infrastructure problem. It's a real social and economic crisis that's making the gap between urban and rural Ghana even wider. So is Ghana just stuck in this cycle forever? Not necessarily. And the good news is that there are solutions and some amazing success stories popping up right here on the continent. So let's take a look at what's possible when you decide to pave a new path. Take Addis Ababa, for example. Ethiopia's huge investment in modern highways like the expressway to Adama has literally cut travel times in half. And that's not just about a more convenient drive. It's a powerful engine for trade, making it way faster and cheaper to move goods around and connect the whole region. Now, over in Nairobi, they took a different route to solve their gridlock nightmare. They funded their new expressway using a public-private partnership, which is a smart model that doesn't just rely on government cash. And by using modern tools like electronic tolls and smart traffic tech, they've built something that's truly a game changer for the city. And then there's Kigali. The lesson from Rwanda is all about discipline and getting the basics right. By focusing on good urban planning, making sure the smaller feeder roads are well maintained, and actually enforcing traffic laws, they've made their streets way safer and more efficient. It proves that the answer isn't always some giant mega project, but just a consistent commitment to quality across the board. All of this shows that the blueprints for success are out there, right here in Africa. So the real question for Ghana is, will it adapt these lessons from its neighbors? Will it embrace new ways of funding, smart technology, and disciplined planning? Or will it stay trapped by the history we've been talking about, repeating that same old cycle of potholes and promises? Because at the end of the day, roads are so much more than just asphalt and concrete, right? They're the lifelines that carry our history, our current struggles, and all of our hopes for the future. The real challenge isn't just about finding the money to pave them. It's about finding the shared national vision to decide where those roads should take us.
What do you think? Can Ghana lead this African revolution, gleaning from history up onto this point? Let me know your thoughts in this comment. The next time, this is Academician, and we help you in your academics. You can see our link in the bio and get in touch with us. Stay safe. Bye-bye.